Hello everyone, Sun Get Koga here, and can you guys already believe it? Can you feel it? We are exactly 1 week away from the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2. As of the time of recording this video, it might already be out. And what a ride it has been to get here, guys. From the announcement back in January and all the way, and then in April for the Switch 2 Direct, which was one of the hypest directs ever, albeit it had a lot of negative things after it, but we'll get into that in a bit. And all the way up to release. And I want to make this video today to kind of reflect of how far we've been with the Nintendo Switch 1 and now the Nintendo Switch 2. So back in 2017, Nintendo Switch 1 was released on March 3rd. And it took the world by storm, with Breath of the Wild being the system's seller and selling a bunch of units and copies. And we also got other games for the Switch 1 from first-party developers from Nintendo and third-party, like Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Tears of the Kingdom, Splatoon 3 and 2, Mario Odyssey, Fire Emblem Three Houses. I could go on. The Switch 1 had a lot of games, and even though the Switch 1 wasn't that powerful at the time, because it was using outdated tech, it was still the little machine that could. And now we're now at the Switch 2, where it has more power packed into it and is able to run games that couldn't run on Switch 1 before, like Elden Ring, Cyberpunk. What other third-party games that were on Switch 1? Street Fighter 6. And whole other beefy third-party games. And it's very exciting to see. And we could see even more beefy games on Switch 2. Like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which is rumored to come on there. And wouldn't shock me in the slightest. And I would definitely pick up that game again on Switch 2. Star Wars Outlaws. Well, it's already been confirmed during the Switch 2 Direct. And I'm hearing that Red Dead Redemption 2 might come on there. It's pretty wild. But while there are a lot of positives with Switch 2, there's also a bit of negatives. Now, especially I love glazing up the Switch 2, I do agree that there is some negative aspects about the system. One, it being a bit more expensive than the Switch 1, which costs $300, and the Switch 2 costs $450. And I really don't have a problem with it being $450. I think it's a fair price for what it can do. It has tech that is up to the standards with the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X. It can output 4K resolution and have 120 FPS. But what I do have a problem with is Mario Kart World being $80. Now, a lot of people are mad by the $80 price point, albeit very valid, very warranted. But I'm not paying $80 for the game. I'm going to buy the Switch 2 bundle when I go to GameStop on June 4th when they're doing their pre-order thing at 3 p.m. and come back at the store at midnight to pick it up for their midnight launch. So I'm only paying $50 for Mario Kart World and don't want to pay out $80 for that game. And another negative that the Switch 2 has going for it, which I'm also going to make a separate video on, talking about more, probably at some point, are the game key cards. Now, if you don't know what they are, game keycards are essentially a quote-unquote physical game where it doesn't have the whole game on the cartridge. You need to connect to the internet and download the game onto your system so you can play it. And the card has to be in the system when you want to play it. You can't play it without the cartridge. And this had people very angry. Physical collectors especially, who love collecting physical games, that prefer to have the whole game on the cart. And while I do agree that game keycards kinda suck, I will say in defense of them, they still have resale value where you can just resell it and give it to another friend to borrow. So they still have some perks of a physical game, even though they're not really physical. And if you ask me, I think having game keycards are much better than having a fucking physical box that doesn't have anything but a code in it. I think people should address their anger towards that instead of game keycards. Though I do agree with the criticism of game keycards. I'm still gonna buy game keycards. Is this gonna be annoying when I have to delete some games I don't play anymore to download another game? But I do that on my PS5 anyway, and this shit is really not new with gaming. Xbox and PlayStation 5 already have you downloading the game off the disc when you buy it physically anyway, so how is this any different? But I'll get into that in another video on its own. But yeah, Switch 2 coming next week, and I'm very excited for it. I already got some accessories. I already got a 2-pack screen protector with an auto aligner that will help me align the system with the screen, and a case. And I want to try to get a Pro Controller when I go up and buy the Switch 2 at GameStop, if they have any Pro Controllers in stock. So, and if I can't, I'll always get it later, and my Pro Controllers can work with Switch 1, it's been confirmed. I just can't use the home button on Switch 2 with the Pro Controller. And another thing I'm hyped for the Switch 2 is GameCube on NSO. People have been wanting GameCube on NSO for so long, and we're finally getting it. And this could have the potential of having GameCube games that we haven't played in a long time. Like, if Nickelodeon decides to play ball, we could eventually get the old Nickelodeon crossover games, like Nicktoons Unite, Battle for Volcano Island, and other Nick crossover games. Even the SpongeBob games, like Battle for Bikini Bottom, the original game, not the remake, though I still enjoy both. The movie game, though, that could be a copyright nightmare because it's based on the movie. But the point is, there could be potential for those games to come if Nickelodeon decides to play ball. And also, being able to play games at a good frame rate and resolution. Ignore that. It will feel so good to finally play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet at a better frame rate. The free update list did say it's improving frame rate. I hope that means 60 FPS. If not, 30 is okay. At a locked 30, I'm fine with that. But I'm hoping for 60. And speaking of Pokemon, I already made a video about it yesterday. But Pokemon Legends ZA is releasing October 16th. I'm excited for it. I'm buying it for the Switch 2. It's going to be $60 for the Switch 1 version and $70 for the Switch 2 version. And if you want to upgrade from Switch 1 to Switch 2, you can purchase the upgrade pack for $10. But I'm just going to buy it a full-on physical Switch 2 version. And I'll have the Switch 1 version too, because it has both Switch 1 and Switch 2 on the cart. But yeah, I'm very excited about Switch 2. I'm excited to get it in my hands very soon and play games and Mario Kart World and whatever other games are coming out for the system. That Nintendo is going to have a Nintendo Direct this June, though it's a rumor. It's not confirmed, it's just a rumor. But I wouldn't put it past Nintendo to put one a week after the Switch 2. But yeah, I'm very excited. I know I keep repeating myself, but I'm just so damn excited for this system since day one. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Are you hyped for the Switch 2? Or are you not hyped for the Switch 2? That is totally understandable if you're not hyped, if you can't afford it at the moment. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and drop a comment in the comment section and subscribe for more videos from me. This has been Sunget Koga, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!